we got? So Job Corp closing down all
Damn,
across America.
that's crazy.
Want to start lead with love. So Job Corp has been a great, in my opinion, it's been a great source, a great network for kids, underprivileged, disadvantaged youth to go to and really like create something out of themselves. Um,
My dad used to work at Job
my
Corps.
dad used to work at Job Corp, so I understand
What if they met?
so I understand the
We'll never know.
we'll never know.
One day we'll know,
One
but
day. But yeah, so I understand the magnitude and the impact that it can have on the youth when it comes down to older individuals, men, women, still young, kinda like late 20s, early 30s. A lot of the counselors and stuff end up being, but they're talking to us from 16 to 24, 22 year olds. But
so they're not closing it because they said there's a potential for it to be reinstated, but they are pausing it as of June 30th because they are about 213 million in like a deficit or a debt.
yeah, so we're still leading with love though. We're not gonna go there yet. But it has been a great impact, from my opinion, my eyes, on a lot of people, a lot of youth use that opportunity, took advantage of the opportunity, and created something great and did something out here great in the world. And especially in the beginning, especially like in the younger stages, like the early 2000s going to the mid 2000s, it was great. What you have on that though?
Decision was made by the Department of Labor. Should I get into it? Well, let me get into it. This says
I'm saying we're gonna get into
the Department of Labor stated that the decision to pause operations aligns with the president's 2026 budget proposal and reflects a committee to ensure federal workforce investments deliver meaningful results.
Yeah, so the programs started to not be so progressive and help as many people as it used to. So allegedly, so it cost allegedly between like $75,000 and $100,000 per graduate to get a student to graduate through. So if students aren't graduating at a certain rate, they're losing money at a certain rate, and supposedly, allegedly, that's what started to happen. So that just leads me to think that, well, and it had been reported, you can probably look this up as well, that there's been a level of unprofessionalism, I would just say that, between going on across the globe, across the board with the Job Corps, as far as things been happening.
Yeah, concerning number of serious incidents, including sexual assault, violence, drug use at various centers.
That's why I say early on. Early on that I can attest to. It wasn't like that. Now that's why I don't know what happened, but this is a reason.
That's one of the places they send a lot of the kids for alternative education for behavior problems.
Yeah, but they were turning out to be great. Like in the
it wasn't. That's not what it was only about. It was for like teen moms or like teen fathers, or because they don't just help with education. They help with like housing and all types of stuff. So my guess is there's been budget cuts, and this is just one of those things that they're cutting the budget on. And I don't think necessarily it's a good idea, but I mean, if anything, I would have maybe downsized the various centers, like made them more regional than accumulate so many. You know what I mean? Because that can help with the budget.
Okay, so here it is. So the average graduation rate for the Job Corps program is 38.6%. This is based on the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act definition of graduation, which includes both career training and other academic outcomes. The highest graduation rate among all Job Corps centers was 65.4%. The average cost, so now we're fact checking ourselves a little bit. I am. The average cost per student per year is 80,000, and the average total cost per graduate is 155,000. So with the rates not being, you can imagine the amount.
Well, you're working with a population of peoples who may not have had an opportunity outside of that, right? Already, so
Yeah.
the odds are already stacked against this population of people that utilize this resource, right? 9 times out of 10, sometimes the kids go back to regular school. 9 times out of 10, sometimes it just doesn't work out for them.
Like, I could be wrong, but I just feel like it not the numbers were not like this in those early 2000s.
I think that it's budget cuts. Like, I think that we're just seeing the results of this proposed budget cut. The thing is, it's a social program. It's a social program.
But they should have built that network by now, where they were still, like, Job Corps been around for a while.
Well,
where
I don't know if they were recruiting graduates to have their own businesses. See, the thing is, Job Corps didn't need to just invest in the students, but also invest in the businesses that they're providing to the. So, like, for example, if I go for an HVAC certification, right? Or if I go for some type of certification, there should be a Job Corps graduate that owns a business that is providing jobs to these people.
Also, and this isn't talked about in any article, but I believe this has something to do with it. Also, there's been a lot of workforce companies, temp force companies, labor ready type companies.
That's true.
Daily pay type companies where you can be 18, ID, walk on, get a job. I think that had, but see, I mean, budget cuts, like you said, I agree. I mean, I think that money went there though. Like, not to say it was right or wrong, but I believe that money, because those people got funded by the same government that cut the budget from the Job Corps. So it's like, I believe that was the balance, but it looks bad. It looks real bad.